News, y'all. Three-time NBA All-Star Bradley Beal has agreed to a contract buyout with the Phoenix Suns and plans to join the Los Angeles Clippers on a 2-year, $11 million deal with a player option after he clears waivers. Mark Bartelstein of Priority Sports told ESPN on Wednesday, the player option for 2026-27 clears the way for Beal, who's 32 years old, to be one of the top available players in free agency next summer if things don't work out with the Clippers. For the Clippers, Beal is a natural fit alongside Kawhi Leonard and James Harden as a scorer, playmaker, and co-star. LA signed Brook Lopez in free agency and traded Norman Powell to the Miami Heat in a three-team deal that brought forward John Collins to the Clippers from the Utah Jazz. After a 2-year run in Phoenix that did not work out, the crux of the decision for Beal and his representation was finding the best basketball fit first and foremost. Beal was granted permission by the Suns to speak to interested teams around the league, sources said. Bartelstein led an exhaustive process over the last several weeks, meeting with teams involved that allowed Beal to make the decision to part with the Suns and control where he wanted to go because he had a no-trade clause. Personnel across several other teams, including the Heat, Milwaukee Bucks, Minnesota Timberwolves, and the Los Angeles Lakers, sources said, pursued Beal and had extensive conversations with him and Bartelstein in recent weeks. Beal is giving back $13.9 million out of the $110 million on the final 2 years of his contract. To complete the buyout with the Suns, who will likely waive and stretch the remaining salary over 5 years, sources said. The move allows Beal to serve as a major addition to the playoff contender in the Western Conference and gives the Suns increased team building flexibility by taking them out of the first and second apron, providing access to more tradable draft picks in the future, and opening up the mid-level exception to utilize. Suns owner Matt Ishbia vowed after last season that changes were coming and he would reset the franchise's culture, and he has now completed a full overhaul of the roster around new leadership and coach Jordan Ott and general manager Brian Gregory. The Suns traded Kevin Durant to the Houston Rockets. And anyway, man, this doesn't mean that the Clippers are going to win a championship next year. We all saw what happened in Phoenix when Bradley Beal was on Phoenix. Things didn't work out how we all expected it to. It never looked like the Phoenix Suns, while Bradley Beal was there, was able to get to the Western Conference Finals, and damn sure not the regular finals. Last season, he averaged his lowest scoring season since his third year in the league. He only averaged 17 points per game. But that's not a big deal because he was playing with Devin Booker and Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant averaged 27 points per game last year. Devin Booker averaged more than 20 points per game last year. So you're not going to have three guys on a team, all averaging 20 points at the same time. It's just not going to happen, right? But this is something that the Phoenix Suns wanted to do last year. They wanted to trade Bradley Beal, but because Bradley Beal had that no trade clause, they were unable to move him to teams that he wasn't interested in going to. And ultimately, he wanted to finish the season with the Suns last year. He refused to be traded. And I'm interested to see how this fit looks, man. So now the Clippers, the only problem with this is, guys, is the Clippers got two shooting guards that's going to be in the starting lineup. You got James Harden and you got Bradley Beal. Now, we do know that James Harden is capable of playing point guard, right? So I'm pretty sure James Harden is going to be playing point guard next year for the Clippers. Bradley Beal is going to be at the 2. Kawhi Leonard is probably going to be at the 3 or the 4. He can play small forward or forward. Doesn't really matter. But this is a good move, man. I still don't see the Clippers beating a team like the Denver Nuggets. I can see them, however, beating the Lakers. I don't see them beating the Oklahoma City Thunder. But I do think that they can beat the Clippers, right? Until Kyrie Irving comes back, I would take the Clippers over the Mavericks right now, unless the Mavericks somehow can get LeBron James, because even at 40 years old, LeBron James is still a problem, right? You put LeBron James on that Dallas Mavericks team with Kyrie, Klay Thompson, Anthony Davis, Lively, that's a threat, man. That's a threat. Plus, you got Washington coming off the bench. So it's a threat, man. But I like this move for Bradley Beal. This is Bradley Beal's second chance to pretty much redeem himself and remind people who he is in the NBA. Remember, when he was on the Wizards, man, Bradley Beal was a walking bucket, And it's like once he went to the Suns, man, it's like things just changed for the worse, man. So shout out to Bradley Beal. Let me know what you guys think about this trade. Do you think that this makes the Clippers a championship caliber team? Let me know in the comment section. Subscribe, thumbs up the video. I'm out.